Hi, I'm Joe, and this is my sketchbook. I am wildly inconsistent about using these things if left to my own devices, and so, for the last month, I have kind of been making myself do the daily Sketch Daily challenges on the Sketch Daily subreddit. And there's a few gems in here that I'm actually pretty pleased with. So, that said, I've never done a sketchbook tour before, but let's see what happens. Roll the intro. Right off the bat in this sketchbook, I did some coloring practice. This was done with these Pen Plus Gear trademarked pens that I'm like 80% sure are water-based, seeing as they kind of tore up the paper a little bit. I was doing some color value studies for this character. I know I've drawn this character on the channel before, and then I also did this other character who's meant to be part of the same series, and then I drew a hand and a shaded ball. After this, I would proceed to immediately never do color practice again, so let's just move on. Next thing I did was an attempt at calligraphy because I found a chisel tip pen somewhere and I didn't know what else to do with it. That is the entire backstory behind this page of letters. So coming up next here, we have a nose, a coral dragon, a fat hand, half of a mouth, and an eye. This next page over, we've got a tough guy, 4 eyes, Lucas the spider, me trying to draw the tick from memory, and a gun! Plus both these pages got some doodles in the white space. After that, I thought I'd make a project out of doing art for D&D spell cards. Some of these spells, the ones I drew actually work out okay, but some of the spells really don't draw out well. Like, I don't know how to draw the ability to make an enemy unlucky. I also never came back to this project. Here's that first character again, and I drew this on an airplane, okay? I was being jostled at the time. Be impressed with me. Dang it. Here's a Cthulhu statue and some studies of my half-orc bard character from D&D. Basically just draw it in every style I could think of off the top of my head. Let's see, I also drew a shaded ball, which sometimes I draw from memory when I want to draw, but I don't know what to draw. You'll notice I did the same thing in my color practice in the first bit of this book. Here's a mermaid hair, followed by a mermaid. Here's some little doodles, including this fun little toast friend. And the next page over here is a Star Trek-style alien. I like the idea that an artist can draw whatever inhuman aliens they like, but for the sake of tradition, you can also just stick with human with funny nose. I don't know why that cracks me up a little bit to think I could have done more, but I went with putty nose. It's funny to me and I can't explain why. Oh neat, next we have a dog wearing armor. Also, I should probably mention this second page. I think I've said before, I do sometimes draw nightmare fuel to relax. These are fine. It's fine. Everybody draws weird stuff sometimes. Probably. I assume. Also, I did date this one, which I don't normally do. This is from October of 2019. So yeah, not usually the best with filling up a sketchbook quickly. Here's an anatomy study and a short-haired woman who I actually think came out pretty well. And then here's a real boxy hand that did not come out well. This next page, I've got a bunch of hashy lines. I drew this eye, and then incidentally, not even thinking about it, drew a mouth for practice under it, and now it kind of looks like I was trying to draw Anime Leela. Here's a weird geometric thing. Here's a little guy going, oh. And a weird pointy boob lady who was supposed to come out looking Art Deco, but mostly just looks weird. Alright, now this next page is where Sketch Daily begins. The prompt was Dream House, and I had the drawing planned out before I realized they probably meant ideal house, not house you see in weird dreams. The alternate prompt was ice cream truck, so here's an ice cream truck. Free Draw Friday. I could not think of anything clever or smart to draw, so I drew a woman with shovels for hands, screaming that she was bitten by a radioactive shovel. The alternate theme was Pez dispenser, and I drew Invader Zim, plus a full body picture of Invader Zim for reference, since I wasn't sure it would read as him otherwise. And then the second page is an orc carrying a halfling and a baby Bjorn for extra combat efficiency. Let's see, here we've got an octopus on a skateboard, and then here's a couple of women, and also Saturn is there. This next page I actually really like, though. The prompt was rain boots, and I like how this picture came out of just a woman made of rain clouds who has these cute galoshes on her cloud feet. October 1st, they decided to go with body part themes for a while, so here's an eye monster, and a tropical fish with his Hawaiian shirt and his umbrella drink. The next one was mouth, so here's a mouth monster. I do enjoy drawing teeth. Drawing teeth is fun, and I don't know why. It just... something about it is immediately appealing to me. This next page is every kind of ear that I could think of, and for brains, I drew this gormless-looking zombie holding a brain. Skull wasn't a great prompt, I didn't think, but the alternate prompt was cows, and I ended up drawing this picture of a cow that I really like because he looks pretty vacant, but also a little bit angry. For the arm prompt, I had this muscly arm, I had a simplified muscly arm, I had this like Adventure Time noodle arm, and then this little arm friendo saying, "Ree!" And then for exercise equipment, there was a dumbbell and a rosary. So you can exercise your muscles, you can exercise evil spirits, whatever needs exercising. Here's a bunch of hands. And then the next prompt was carving. So here's a wooden bear who's been carved out with a chainsaw. Not being able to do road trips much this year, though it's weird how much I realize I miss seeing wooden bears carved with chainsaws on the side of the road. I didn't think that was going to be the thing that I started to miss this year, but I really missed that. For Folklore, here's a gritty reboot of Red Riding Hood, and then I drew this one that felt dark and cool when I drew it, but now that I look at it after the fact, it does feel kind of trite and try-hard, and it's not my favorite anymore. Here's an eye that's full of other eyes, a cute little baby Cthulhu, and a moon who is also a stoner. As for this cultist lady, I like the ideas that I brought into her design, but I can see where I got the mouth just a little bit wrong, the chin's a little bit shallow. Basically, if I decided to give this one a second pass, there's a bunch of little things I would fix. For Harvest Festival, I drew pumpkin men enjoying a harvest festival, and I really didn't know what to do with Live Screamer, so dude becoming a tree, I guess. The Spooky Sports League is a hockey skeleton, a basketball vampire, and a baseball zombie. And since the alternate theme was cricket, here's a cricket with a cricket bat so he can enjoy the sports too. Mummies on a plane are pretty self-explanatory. They're having fun. Here's Batatouille. Basically, I just went with Ratatouille by way of Tim Burton, and for the alternate theme of Paris, I drew the Eiffel Tower, a baguette, and a man with a mustache, a beret, and a striped shirt. I really enjoyed the theme, "There's a clown in my closet," and so I drew this little comic of a clown boy asking, "Will you check outside the closet for children?" And a clown mom saying, "There's no such thing as children, sweetie, go to sleep." I also have no idea what Stephen King looks like, so here's a glasses man drawing Pennywise. Best I can do. I did think about cutting this page for time because The Alchemist is kind of boring, and Autumn is just me drawing Autumn, my OC, from memory. But the breakfast cereal mascots kept tormenting me, so you had to see where that journey started. I drew these little tic-tac guys of Tony the Tiger, Toucan Sam, Crazy Craven, Count Chocula, Fred Flintstone, Lucky the Leprechaun, and the Quaker Oats Man. Basically just everyone I could remember off the top of my head. The next page was winter, so here's a woman dressed for the cold. But then I needed to draw another cereal mascot for the alternate theme. So here's a buff panda saying, "I'm brick, and you need to eat ultimate fiber." And then on the next page for first OC, I have no idea what my first OC was. So here's the earliest OC I can think of, Gilgamesh. For spring, I drew Victoria, who's all like flower-childed out. And the third time I had to draw the bonus prompt of cereal mascot, I just drew a box saying, "I'm Cereal Boxo, because Joe is out of mascot ideas." And then over here for summer, with the alternate prompt of beach, I decided to just draw all of the monthly OCs so far. The scale is wildly inconsistent, but I had fun with it. I'm also thinking I might revisit this idea in digital where I can tweak the sizes a bit more and make it come out better in the end. And then with Star and Transformer yesterday and Cocktail and Rooster today, that has us all caught up. Again, I think I said this already, but time of recording is October 28th, so I'll have a good start made on the next video by the time you're watching this one. See you later! Thank you for watching. please share the video with a friend or several friends, and let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see me draw in a future video. Later, y'all!